Here on the field with Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright, a 63-0 demolition of Coahoma here on homecoming. Jack, that was pretty much total team domination.
We played well, got off to a fast start and kept going, so very pleasing. Thought we had a really good week of prep. We took this game extremely seriously. We had a good plan on both sides of the football, and the kids went out there and executed that.
We'll start with the regulators. They held them to 64 total yards. That's really, really unheard of these days. What did they do today that you saw?
Just a little of everything. They kind of had some tendencies offensively, so we played to those a little bit. I think our kids did a great job of recognizing the formations that Coahoma was in and kind of adjusting to what we thought they might try to do out of those.
We're going to talk with Keshawn Thomas. I think he had 2 sacks. He's one of the leaders there on the linebacking core. What do you see from him?
Keshawn, we brought him a couple of extra times today. We have not been doing that with him much, but he can do anything. I mean, he's a great tackler in space. He can rush the passer. He can, open field tackle, do all the things that a good linebacker should do. We probably should have been bringing him more a little bit all year looking back on it, so I'm just glad he got a chance to show that skill set tonight.
I think Damani Dent had a couple of interceptions. What does he mean for y'all on the back end?
He's an instinctual player. Really reacted to the ball well tonight. Proud of him. He's put in a lot of work. Hadn't had a lot of picks, hadn't had a lot of balls thrown his way, but he did tonight, and it paid off for him.
Over 600 yards total offense, and really it's basically 2.5 quarters because of the running clock in the second half. What were y'all able to do offensively? Y'all didn't do anything wrong offensively.
We executed, things that we had been doing all summer well. Since the summertime, we went with our best plays and our best players, and I think that showed. All of our players feel comfortable with the things that we kind of, put in early in the process, and we just stuck with those things, and I think it really paid off, just kind of sticking with the plan tonight.
I think y'all were pretty clean, not a lot of penalties. I know that's important moving forward. You're trying to get stuff cleaned up.
Yeah, we've had some untimely penalties throughout the course of the season, some third down and some special team situations. So really good to see tonight that did not plague us. It's been a point of emphasis, and I think hopefully it's paying off.
Yeah, 2 quarterbacks with 200 yards passing. Both had great numbers, great completion percentages. Let's talk about Peyton Floyd because he really got to show what he can do.
Peyton, we have a ton of confidence in Peyton. He's a great player, comes from a great program in Alabama, put up a ton of production in high school, and he's done everything right here. Landon's played really well throughout the course of the year. It's tough to play 2 quarterbacks. We've done it some this year, but tonight, Peyton got to show everybody, how he can produce a quarterback. Really proud of him. Hard-working guy, knows the offense inside and out. We have a lot of confidence in him, like I said, but you don't always get to play at this level, so he deserved to play. He deserved to be in there, and I'm just proud that he played well.
And, you always play a lot of guys, but, Jeremiah Foxworth got probably some extra opportunities, and he really shined. 5 catches, I think like 170 yards.
Jeremiah's an explosive player. Difficult to cover one-on-one. He was the 4A player of the year coming out of Columbia High School. We know what he can do in practice. He's behind some experienced players, some older receivers, so he hadn't always had the chance to get in there, but he did tonight, and he made plays. He did tonight what we see in practice out of him a lot.
Game 8 of the regular season, you got 1 more left, short week for Hines. What do you have to do to get ready for them?
We're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to take a deep breath. We did a good job of preparing for Coahoma. We did not take, this opponent lightly, and we've got to do the same thing with Hines. We've got to come in here tomorrow morning and start getting ready for those guys. But we're going to relax tonight. We're going to kind of sit down, maybe watch a college football game, and we know we got our work cut out for us starting tomorrow.
Clinched the playoff spot actually with the results from Thursday night, so we know we're going in the playoffs. We just got to try and close it out and keep rolling headed into the postseason.
Yeah, we always have our eyes on the postseason here. That's our goal, is to get there, to get in. We know we will always play a tough opponent by the time you get to that point in the season. Not sure exactly who or when that is right now. That'll play out, but just proud these guys can extend the season and have a chance to keep playing.
Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you.
Here on the field with sophomore linebacker Keshawn Thomas from Ocean Springs. Keshawn's got his little buddy Prince here. Prince, 3-year-old.
What's up?
What's up? All right, Keshawn, a big night for you guys. You held them to 64 total yards. What did y'all do tonight to kind of get things unleashed?
I think the extra days, the 9 days, really got us right. So we was able to get a little bit more preparation in and actually find ourselves, because a little bit slacking, we kind of found who we are, got a little team bonded in, and it made us ready to go this week.
You had a couple of sacks. It sounded like maybe they brought you a little bit more than they have the rest of the season. What did you do different today?
I really just trusted what I've been doing in practice all week. I've been just going off the edge a lot, just trying to learn new things, to just figure myself out, and tonight I brought that out.
Back behind you, Damani Dent had a couple picks. What did you see from him and the rest of the DBs today?
Coming from Damani, I know he's a great player. We joke around a lot, but he's a great player. I know I never got to worry about him making any mistakes, and if he does, he gonna correct it, and that's what I love about, and that's all the DBs.
You got to watch an offensive show from your offense. What did you see from those guys today?
Perfection. I feel like they was all dialed in. All this week actually just dialed in, knew what they wanted, and they know how they wanted to approach this game. So I feel like from the receivers, O-line, backs, quarterbacks, everybody just dialed in, and they all hit on all cylinders.
You got one game left in the regular season. What are y'all going to do to get ready for Hines?
Same thing we've been doing the last 8 weeks. Same thing. We can't change nothing. Just keep doing and being ourselves.
Keshawn, appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Prince.
You got something to say?
Prince.
Woof. Hey. Here on the field with sophomore offensive lineman Fulton Ascherl from Bay St. Louis. Fulton, 630-plus yards of total offense. Keshawn just used the word perfection. He said, talking about how y'all played. How do you think you played as an offensive group?
I think perfection, honestly, that's about as close as you can get, really. 630, that's a huge number. I think, the starters really didn't get a whole lot of play time. I think the young guys came in, I think they did phenomenal. I think they did great. Passing the ball, rushing the ball. What were the passing totals,
Both quarterbacks went over 200 yards. So.
That's absolutely phenomenal. That's awesome. So everybody did a great job tonight. It was a combined team effort. And it just feels good to get a win like that and to put up yards and points and do as well as we did tonight. It's a great feeling overall.
I felt y'all were a little bit cleaner. I didn't look at the penalty numbers, but it felt like y'all were a little bit cleaner tonight. Have y'all been trying to clean that stuff up?
All right, that's been a huge focus in practice this week, and that kind of stuff's not acceptable. And we did a great job, a better job tonight. Not getting penalized, like pre-snap stuff and stuff like that, and as well as like all other stuff like offensively and defensive penalties. We did a better job tonight, and that was great practice this week.
Gotcha. The regulators held him to, I think it was 64 total yards. I mean, that's really hard to do in college football these days. What did you see out of them this week getting ready and today?
So all week, they're great front defensive line. I'll start with that. They've got a bunch of guys that are going to go in and rotate, and they're all playmakers. We got some great linebackers, and our back end's good too. And so, in college football, everybody's good, especially in this league. I mean, they're all getting recruited, and they're all fast and big and strong, and it's good to do something like that against a really good team.
Jeremiah Foxworth had a big day, 5 catches. I think 150, something like that, 170 yards. You guys have probably seen him do that in practice a lot. What was it like to see him excel out there?
Jay Fox is my boy. I love that guy. I like to, walk around and give him a hard time all the time, but he did really good tonight. I'm really proud of him. That's a good dude. He puts up a lot of numbers like that in practice that aren't official, and I'm glad that he got to show out on a stage like this tonight.
One more game left in the regular season. You got Hines, got a short week. What do you have to do to get ready for that?
We're just going to have to get back in the building tomorrow. We're going to watch film from today and correct any mistakes that we had. But, Hines is, anytime you're playing in the South, it's going to be a dogfight. So they've beaten some good teams. I think they beat Jones. But, they're going to come and they're going to want to put it to us. So we're excited for that one.
Congratulations, Fulton.
Yes, sir. Thank you.